students, in this lecture we are going to study about layers of soil, and this is also called as soil horizon and soil profile. What does it mean, soil horizon, soil profile, or layers of soil? In this topic we will discuss from how many layers soil is formed. Soil has various layers, and these layers are also called as soil horizon or soil profile. Okay. Soil is actually made up of the layers, and we call these layers horizon. Each horizon is distinct and has its own characteristics. If we see over the top of the soil, then we just feel like soil is just like a dirt, but it is much more than this dirt. Soil is actually made up of the various layers, and these layers are called as soil horizon. As here in this picture you can see, in this diagram you can see a rough visual structure of the soil or the layers of the soil. Yeah. Now we will talk about layers of soil. There are the 5 major horizons or 5 major layers of the soil. The first one is O horizon, A horizon, second one is A horizon, third is B, fourth one is C, and fifth one is R horizon. And what does it mean? The O horizon, in this diagram you can see the uppermost part of the soil where the plants are found and where the organisms can reside. The uppermost part of the soil where the humus, mean decomposed organic matter, is present is called as O horizon. O mean organic layer. You can also call it it layer organic layer. This is the layer where most of the organic matter is present. Now after the O layer there is a layer which is called as the A layer, and it is also called as top layer. In this layer organic matter and some inorganic matter like minerals and rock particles are also present. The third layer is B horizon. It is called as subsoil. After the topsoil there is a layer which is called as subsoil is present, and that layer is called as the B layer. And in the B layer clay along with the mineral particles is present. Fourth one is the C layer. This is a layer where there is no organic matter is found, and some weathered rock particles are present in the C horizon. And last one is the R horizon. It is a layer which is formed of compactly arranged rock particles, which is showing you the stratification of the soil or the layering of the soil we have discussed in the previous slide. Now the first layer is O horizon. The very top layer of the soil is called O horizon. This layer is mostly made up of the leaf litter and decomposed organic matter, and we call the decomposed organic matter humus. Humus is a word which we use for the decomposed organic matter, and for this reason, for the presence of the decomposed organic matter and for the presence of the humus, we call the O layer a humus layer. Okay. Here you can see the diagram which is representing the O horizon. The upper layer, the topmost layer of the soil is called as the O horizon. Okay, next one is the A horizon or A layer. In this layer is called as the A horizon or the topsoil, and in this layer there are a number of minerals and the rock particles mixed with the humus are present. Here is the addition in this layer. In this layer humus is present, but along with the humus a number of inorganic particles or minerals are also present, and this is the primary layer where the plants grow and animals live. Here the diagram which indicates the A layer or horizon. The third one is B horizon or B layer, which is also called the subsoil because it is present below the topsoil, so it is present below the topsoil, we call it subsoil. And in this layer along with the minerals clay deposits are also present, and when there is a water run over the surface of the topsoil, so the minerals drain into this layer, and the drainage of the minerals and the organic matter in the B horizon is called as leaching. Leaching means the moving down of the minerals in the bottom part of the soil. Okay. Okay, here is another layer which is present between the A horizon and B horizon, and that layer is called as the E horizon. That layer basically is made up of the minerals, and uh, it helps the moving of the minerals from the A horizon towards the B horizon. So there is a light colored layer is present between the B horizon and A horizon, and that layer is called as the E horizon, which is made up of the mineral part. Okay. Fourth one is the sea horizon. This is the fourth layer, and this layer is made up of the slightly broken up or the weathered rock. Keep it in your mind. This layer contains a slightly broken particles of rock, and the rock in this layer is considered to the parent material to the soil. What is the parent material? Parent material is the raw material by the breakdown of which soil is formed, and there is no organic matter in this layer. Here you have a picture. In this picture you can see there are slightly broken rock particles are found, and this layer is deprived of organic matter. Not any sort of the organic matter is present in the sea layer. The last one is R horizon or bedrock. The last layer we call it bedrock. It contains um it contains compactly arranged rock particles, and this is a totally inorganic layer. Inorganic layer, it is made up of the inorganic particles, and sometimes scientists do not consider it in the this layer in the profiling of the soil, but we consider this layer in the soil profiling because it is very much important in the formation of the new soil, because it contains the rock particles, and when these rock particles get broke down and when they weathered, they just turn into new